Namaskaram, Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 21st sloka. So, this chapter contains teaching of Lord Vishnu to Arjuna on Atma Jnanam. Krishna started with Atma Jnanam. He is explaining what is Atma, the qualities of Atma. Once we know the qualities of Atma, only we go for finding true self, about our own self. So this is what Lord Krishna wants to happen in the minds of Arjuna. Only then he will go to the battlefield. So in 21st sloka, he continues his explanation on Atma Jnana. He says, how can one who knows the soul is imperishable, eternal, unborn and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? Because Atma cannot be killed. So whoever knows this, they will not think that is killing, because Atma is beyond this. So Arjuna has to understand this before he goes to battlefield. So Lord Krishna is saying, enlighten your soul. You should be an elevated soul. So you learn about Atma Jnanam and think you are non-doer. That is very, very important. So don't have that feeling of I. So elevate yourself to the level of enlightened soul and see yourself as non-doer and free yourself from egoism. And perform your duty, don't shirk it. You don't shirk from doing your duty. So this is what Lord Krishna tells Arjuna. So once you know Atma is eternal, it is imperishable and it cannot be killed, you will not feel that you are killing your people. So prepare yourself, be enlightened soul and go to warfield. You start fighting. So this is what happening in the 21st sloka. In 22nd sloka is giving much more explanation. So he says, when the old clothes what we wear become torn or it cannot be used anymore. If it comes to that condition, then we change. We go for new clothes. And we discard this old clothes. We abandon this. So we start using new clothes. Atma is also like that. Atma, once the body becomes not strong or it becomes weak and it is nearing its end, that means it is not able to function anymore. So at that time that is dead. Atma goes out. Atma goes to another body. So this is what happens. When our body stops functioning, we say the person is dead. Atma goes out once the body becomes useless for Atma to stay anymore. So it goes and it takes another birth. And that depends on the karma what we do. So that karma, the effect of karma is carried over from birth to birth. That is why our birth is also changing. We are born as animals or worms or birds or human. That depends on the karma palan, the effects of karma what we do. So we have to be aware of what karma should be done to have a better birth or to be free from birth. We have been taking so many births, and how to stop from taking birth, that is how to get yourself free from the cycle of birth and death. So when we get that knowledge, when do we get that knowledge? When we know about Atma, when we have devotion towards God, we will have that knowledge. We will come to that state of condition, the mental condition, that we will start feeling, no, I don't want any more birth. Let me stop it. Because taking birth again and again, we are undergoing lots and lots of difficulties. So one of the Alvars, Tirumezhai Alvar, he says this in this Pasuram, Varambilada pal pirappu aruttu vandu nin kadal porundumadirunda nee Varanchai Pundarigane. He is addressing God as Pundarigane, Lord Vishnu. You remove me from this birth and death. I am holding your golden feet. So that is the only way to get rid of this. You have to hold, you go surrender to Him. Surrender to Him and pray. Pray to Him that I don't want any more birth. So if you do that, you are blessed by God. But there should be true devotion. You should have faith in Him. So with faith, Shraddha and devotion, if you hold His golden feet, He will help you to come out of this. So how will you come out of this? He will give you the Atmanyanam, and that is, we will realize the Atmanyanam. Once we know Atmanyanam, we definitely realize Paramatma. Paramatma lives in every Atma. So we know. So when we are aware of Atma, then we will be aware of which karma to be done. How to come out of this power and punya. So this is what we learn from this Pasuram. The scriptures, the Pasurams all teach us how to be a better person, how to be a sattvic person, how to realize Atma, how to go to the final destination. Our final destination is God. So how to reach Him? That is what we learn from all this. So along with Bhagavad Gita, if we read all the scriptures, all the Pasurams, we become an enlightened soul. So it is possible. The thing is, we have to try. So in 22nd sloka, Lord Krishna is talking about that, the concept of rebirth, how the rebirth is connected to the activity of ours, and soul remains unchanged. So when it discards, that is, when the body is becoming useless, or when a body becomes weak, so when it discards, soul remains unchanged. When it discards its worn out body, it takes another body, a new body. So it depends on which body it takes. That depends on the karma of what we do, and it has been carried over from birth to birth. For example, a newborn baby, just a born baby, is born with some deformities or some physical ailments. It may be a blind child or some problem with the functioning of body. That is the first day of that baby. In that birth, did the baby do any karma? It has just started his life. But how come the child is born with this? In 25th sloka, Lord Krishna reiterates the qualities of Atma. Atma is invisible, Atma is unbreakable, Atma is incombustible, it cannot be dampened, it cannot be dried, and it is everlasting in all places. It is unalterable, immutable, and primordial. Is giving that knowledge, because when a teacher teaches a concept, The teacher keeps repeating the same concept till it is registered in the minds of students. So that is what Lord Krishna does here. He is a teacher. So he keeps repeating about the facts of Atma. So only then he will prepare, Arjuna will prepare himself to go for war. So as a teacher, Krishna is doing this. In 25th sloka, Lord Krishna says, Atma is invisible, it is inconceivable, unchangeable. And Atma, that is soul, living beyond the realm of material energy. It has no connection with the material world. So knowing this, you should not grieve for body. So get up, come on, you start. Get ready for the war. So this is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. So how do we understand this concept? So when you take our sense organs, they say only they feel, they think only the material objects. I see only the material objects. So beyond the senses are the objects of senses. Subtler than the subjects is the mind. And beyond mind is the intellect. Subtler than the intellect is soul. And material intellect can comprehend only the material concepts. That is knowledge about material things, materials. Because you are looking at only materials, you are feeling the touch of, or your mind is only about the materials. You are hearing about it, seeing about only that. So that intellect is connected only with the material. So the material intellect can comprehend only the materials. The self, that is your Atma, requires scriptures and Guru so that you will get the Atma Jnanam. So Atma Jnanam can be given by the Gurus, those who are well versed in all the scriptures. So by reading scripture, by listening to the Upanyasams, by listening to the explanations given by the Gurus, you will realize the soul. You get the Atma Jnanam. So that Atma Jnanam only makes you be the person with supreme knowledge. So your intellect plus devotion takes you to Atma Jnanam. So this is what repeated by Lord Krishna in this chapter. It's very important for our daily life, because when you have Atma Jnanam, you will not develop any hatred, there will not be enmity, because you are looking at everyone as Atma. So there is no discrimination, there is no differentiation, and so you don't have any kind of hatred towards others. So life goes smoothly, and you don't feel greedy, or you don't feel like getting things from others, possessing others' things too. Such negative thinking will not be there, because you are not looking at material, you are looking at everyone as Atma.